I've only been back here for 2 years. This is my second year, and I've seen massive shifts. These people weren't accessing email 2 years ago. Email system wasn't being run at the school. It took me 6 months to get people on board with email, but now we run everything through email. And when you're looking at that sort of thing, what you're actually saying is that you're creating an equitable environment. So instead of people having to find that piece of paper that's left in their pigeonhole and may have fallen on the floor, or it's in the day book and I get in there early, so I've got that opportunity, things being sent out on email means that everyone's got the opportunity to reach that information at the same time. So it's a massive equity lifter in a school. It changes a lot of things. That was one of the first things that I focused on changing, and it made a massive difference to the school. I then moved into looking at, we had a website that was made by kids 10 years ago and hadn't really been accessed since then, and so looked at redeveloping a website and badging the school, selling the school with a website, opening then up that opportunity, and of course throwing Google Docs into it so that our community could find out when events were on, what's happening where, you know, that sort of opportunity. So that made a huge change to the way people thought about technology. My tagline, which was only going to be for 12 months but has continued for the second year because we're not there yet, was that, and this goes really well into the integration or separate lesson, ICT was seen very much as something that you do in the lab for 1 hour a week, 2 hours if you're really lucky and snagged a second lesson, and something that you could otherwise just leave alone. You didn't have to touch it. So I started people understanding that what we were trying to do at Wollonga is default to digital. So we're trying to find a digital component for everything that we do. I said this to a staff member today about the students doing more than the teachers. Mostly they don't. People think that they do, they don't. They know very limited things really well. You know, they know more about MSN than I'm ever likely to know, but they don't actually understand the background of stuff. They don't understand what you can do with a lot of stuff. So just like anything else, they need to be taught. But on that, what you've got is this massive knowledge base of little bits of information from all these kids. So for me, I said it to a teacher today, he said, oh, I really want to use Google Earth in the lab today because we're looking at mapping. I said, yeah, yep, that'd be great. And he said, well, you know, but I don't really know it that well, which I think means I've heard of it once and never yet seen it. And I said, well, that's all right, you know, use the kids. So you get the kids in and you put them on it, and somebody says, oh, look, I found that you can blah, blah, blah. So you go in and explore the same way you would if you were giving them a maths task and you're looking at area. You'll get them to explore area, throw them some map blocks. How are we going to do it with diaries? You do the same thing in the computer room, and then you use the knowledge base within there. So Freddie, stand up and tell me, you know, come and show everyone. How did you do that? Oh, well, I went here and I touched this and I've moved this and look what comes up. Fantastic, go and sit down. Next person, well, how did you do that? Come and tell them how to do it. You can use the knowledge base that's there, and then as the teacher, to me, my role is not in explaining to them how to use every Web 2.0 tool, because you just can't do it. My role is explaining to them how to use them safely. Okay, managing their digital footprint, understanding that information that you put into 8 different sites could be spewed out this way, finding out who knows what about you. You know, how do you do that? What do you use for passwords? That's my role, not, you know, completely to teach them how to use the other stuff. The other part of my role becomes just allowing them, a facilitator, allow them access to, you know, those sort of tools, giving a digital option. And our reading assignments we run, you know, something they might need to do is a comic strip. Well, they can do that by hand, that's fine, and lots of kids like to, but you could also use Comic Maker on iLife, or you could use, you know, one of the Web 2.0 comic tools and make one that's animated. So there's options.